Oh my gosh, my chair. My chair. It's sinking. I got this chair at a Goodwill and I thought I was getting a good deal on it. If I don't sit in this chair super hard, it just starts sinking. It doesn't want to come back up. I cannot believe I'm opening these right now. I've waited so long to open these. You guys have no idea how hard it was to even find these. But when I did, I had a hard time not buying them all. Here they are. Oh. Here. And then I found
another one.
Dang, this one. So I've got 3 to open. I'm so excited. There's no way I can lose from this series because I haven't even explained what I'm doing. I'm opening Moriahs with plushies and then I'm gonna diamond paint them one. I'm gonna customize it. I'm so excited. So I truly don't care if I get a, what is that? A replica, a double? I forget the word. I'm like all over the place. I'm so excited. I'm finally gonna open it. I'm finally gonna put my hands on these squishies. The characters I want in my mind, the characters that I really want are the OGs. I want Pickle, Derp, and Georgie. Those are the ones I'm going for. Although I will say I literally love them all. I'm a little bit afraid that the small ones are gonna be too small for diamonds. So I don't know. I'm very excited to just open them. To be honest, I'm so excited to open them. I'm going to leave the biggest one for last, and I'm gonna start with this one. I wish I had a blade. Do you guys want to see before me? I'm gonna open it and I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna let you guys look first. I'm not gonna look. Guys, who is it? Oh my gosh, so cute, so soft. Okay, so I got Nella and Sprinkle Panda. So cute. Let's open the big one. It's strawberry. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna diamond paint on this one because it is a lot bigger and I think it'll be easier to get the diamonds on there. Now, Moriah did such a good job when making these. You can tell they are so high quality. If you guys have these, you know what I mean, because these are great. You could tell she really worked hard on these. I'm really excited to get started on this, and I might have to come back with more because I need them all. I need to actually collect them all. I didn't buy the diamonds for these yet because I didn't know which ones I would get, so I didn't know the color scheme I needed. But now that I know, I'm gonna order these and then I'll be back in a couple of days to diamond paint on strawberry. These are a lot of diamonds, but believe it or not, I end up ordering so many more. And here is our beloved strawberry. I do love a little play on words. She is so cute and squishy. She's super soft. You can tell these are made really well. So the stakes are high. I don't know. Do the stakes feel high to you? They feel high to me. I'm nervous. I've only ever diamond painted on diamond paintings and my phone that one time, and that turned out bad. Like really bad. So if I were strawberry, I'd be nervous. Before I get too far, I first want to start off with a little test spot. I've never done this before and it's all one big experiment, so there's really no telling how this will come out. And it probably doesn't help that I didn't have a solid plan in mind. I'm just completely winging this. But when I finished the first row, I was pretty happy with how that came out. All the diamonds were sticking fine, so I decided to keep going. Strawberry was looking good, a little bit dizzy. All things considered, I did put her under local anesthesia, so she's feeling a little dizzy. Walk it off. She'll be okay. After I got that first row on, I figured it was time for me to commit, and I needed a lot of drills. I've used these type of jelly drills before in the past. I don't know how to get them out of the case. And someone even told me a solution. I just can't remember what it was, but here I am scooping diamonds out of the container with a spoon. Hey, there are worse ways. I think last time I used tape, so some would call this an upgrade. I'm gonna use my regular diamond painting trays to disperse all the diamonds, even though they don't really fit in the grooves. And you may notice 2 different trays here, and that's because I accidentally used 2 different sizes. They look so similar. Could you blame me? So I had 2 options. One, I could let that one be a mistake, or I could pivot and make them all the same way. So I decided to go with the flow and make all the ones towards the bottom 1 size bigger. Let's pretend I'm just adding visual interest. A little bit of depth. Speaking of mistakes, I'd like to point out whatever is going on here, this old vintage video camera type thing. I was filming with a different camera and different lighting, and it was just not working. So let's fix this. Well, I guess that means we're on to the back side. Now I'm just gonna continue on the same way I did with the front, I'm gonna do to the back. I'm skipping every other row because, well, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I'll wanna put in that space. I thought it looked pretty good like this, but what if it would look better with more diamonds? Or on the contrary, what if it would look much worse with more diamonds? But that's not a thing, who am I kidding? Since I used 2 different diamonds, I wasn't sure if I should do the opposite of what I just did and put the bigger diamonds on the top and the smaller towards the bottom. I ended up using all of the same size diamonds, but I picked a size a little bit smaller. If you look closely, you can see the texture of this cupcake liner has lines and grooves in it, and I didn't want to make over this bear completely. I just wanted to blingify it. Just think of it as the Pimp My Ride version of Strawberry. If this turns out well, she'll be the new and improved version of Strawberry. She's come a long way. I'm almost done with the cupcake liner, but as you can see, I'm not doing the bottom. I feel like it'd be pretty pointless to customize the bottom unless I gave it like really weird big feet. Besides, if I were to put diamonds on the bottom, I don't think it would be as stable, so I'm gonna avoid the bottom completely. These plushies already do a pretty good job of standing up on their own, and I really don't want to mess that up. I think starting with the cupcake liner was the best idea because this by far was the easiest part for me because they already had grooves and lines that I could follow, and because these jelly drills are a lot bigger than normal diamonds I use for diamond painting, the process went by a lot faster. But I just knew that the frosting would be a completely different story. A matter of fact, as soon as I started this part, I was hit with a problem. So I did try to fix the color for this clip, and when I say fix, this is the best I could do. Every time I color correct, everything is always just neon, but I'm sure you can still tell that these diamonds are white and this frosting is actually a very light shade of tan, which means these drills won't work. So I had to order another set of diamonds that would match the frosting better. The color match is very important to me. This color is champagne gold. It's a tad bit darker than the color that I need, but I think it'll still work. So let's load her up and start painting. Now, I was already nervous for this section, and you know what? It turned out a lot more difficult than I thought. There are no grooves or lines to follow in this area. I am completely off the grid. I thought it made sense for the cupcake liner to all be going in one direction in a single file line, and since that turned out good, I thought I would try the same with this frosting area. I tried that for a while, but something about it just didn't feel right. Frosting is loose and moldable, so I figured I should take a different approach. Throw caution to the wind. I went around the base a few times with the diamonds, and then I decided to do something crazy, and I started placing diamonds in clusters. Even the word is disgusting. I personally can't stand to see things clustered together. It is grotesque, it's disgusting. But I think it might actually work for this, and I think it might actually look even better than having them all uniform. I think it just makes more sense. So I crossed my fingers and kept going. This way was actually a lot easier. It was annoying and time consuming to keep going in circles around this thing. Plus, it was almost impossible to keep all the diamonds straight. I could even give a little bit of space in between each diamond, so that made the process go by a lot faster. I mean, don't get me wrong, this whole section still took 2 days. These diamonds are a lot smaller than the ones on the cupcake liner, so obviously I'm covering less ground with these things, but it was super important that these drills were tiny. That way it looked more cohesive. I think really big round drills just wouldn't look right in this section. The one thing I forgot to mention about this section, in the original drills I showed you, they were pale white. They looked more like diamond painting drills. Same size and everything. They were also completely matte. Unlike these jelly drills, which have a transparency to them, but they also have an AB-like quality. If you've never diamond painted before, I should probably explain to you the lingo a little bit. First off, let me just say, this is more bedazzling than diamond painting, but whatever. There are regular diamonds or drills, beads, they go by a ton of different names, but they have regular diamonds and also specialty diamonds like ABs or crystals, and even glass diamonds, fairy dust, the list goes on and on. My personal favorite is ABs, which stands for Aurora Borealis, and they're my favorite because they shift color color and they're iridescent. If you have a favorite drill, I would love to know what it is down below. And if you don't diamond paint, just tell me what's your favorite color. I am genuinely interested, but any interaction with this video helps my channel tons and would help me achieve my dreams of doing this full time. So if you're feeling chatty, leave me a comment down below. Now that I've finished most of the bottom, it's time to bring out the big guns. I didn't think I'd end up using this, but I've gone through 5 bottles of this stuff and this is my last one. So hopefully I have enough to cover the rest of this plushie. Originally, I had planned to diamond paint this entire plushie, but after I finished doing the liner, it was so sparkly already that I thought it'd be better if I only diamond painted some of the parts, because I was afraid it would look too gaudy, if that makes any sense. I bought a ton of pink diamonds to match this fleshy area, but I thought it'd be better without it. So I skipped the fleshy part and just diamond painted the seeds. I debated filling in the ears because I kind of just like the outline. I think it kind of looks like earrings and I find that really cute, but I'm still not sold. Let me know, what do you guys think down below? Should I fill the ears in or should I leave it like this? And now for the part that I've been dreading the most. These leaves on the top of her head. As much as I'd like to say that this would look better without diamonds on the top, I just know that's not true. This is the closest thing I could find to pastel green diamonds. I love them, they're so pretty. They almost look like glass. I love this color, but they were a little bit harder to use than the normal diamond. Since these are so transparent and small, it was really hard to tell which side was facing up and which side wasn't. So when I'd pick up a diamond, sometimes it would be upside down. So I'd have to flip it back over and then there'd be excess glue on the tip of my pen and it stuck to everything. So I was so glad when I finally finished the section. I tried using a wax pen, but the stick was just too unreliable. I'd pick up a diamond and as soon as I was about to place the diamond, it would fall. It was truly a miserable experience. I do not recommend it. For the majority of this video, I've been using my e-painter. I did a video on it a couple of weeks ago and it's still holding up strong. For any of you who are curious about it, I still love this thing and I use it especially for ABs. And I figured since I'm gonna be single placing this entire time, it would be great to use it for this. I will say it's not meant for this, so use at your own caution. It's definitely meant just for diamond painting, but for me, it worked so well and I'm so glad that I had it. This process would have taken so much longer if I didn't. It worked especially well for this part. This by far was the hardest part, even harder than the frosting, because this part of the plushie has so many rolls. It was so difficult to get into all the nooks and crannies of this thing. I had to jump around a lot while the glue dried so the diamonds wouldn't overlap. I did not want to have a bunch of glue boogers all over the top of this thing, so I had to be extra careful. I wanted to fill in all the empty space, but I didn't want to overcrowd the diamonds. I had to jump around a lot so the drills would dry on one leaf, so I would go to the next and then come back to it once the leaf had completely solidified. That way there'd be less of a chance of me overlapping the diamonds too much. It was really important to me that this part turned out really good because I wanted it to look like a crown. So this part was make or break. After I finished the top part, I let that dry and decided to do the rest off camera. And now she is complete, except for one thing. Before I started this project, I thought I had all the diamonds I needed in every shade possible. Turns out I was wrong. So I had to wait an extra couple of days for these diamonds to come in, but here they are. And now that they're here, there's only one right way to complete this project. Okay, so that definitely was not as satisfying as Moriah's. You'll have to forgive me, the glue fumes were getting to my head. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a like down below. And if you liked crafting and diamond painting, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!